This week, I'm going to share a hack that I've learned to help you hit your goals 2, 3, 4 times faster. It's going to help you sell more houses. It's going to help you make more money, and it's going to shorten the time that it takes to do. I'm going to break this concept down for you right now. What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 353 of the Massive Agent Podcast. I am your host, Dustin Brohm, here in Salt Lake City, Utah, where it is fall. It is September. It is the late September, early October is the best time to be in Salt Lake City. I freaking love it. It's like 40, high 40s, low 50s in the morning, gets up into the 70s in the afternoon. I love this time of year. Welcome to the show. So I told you I'm going to share with you something that I've been learning recently, like firsthand, something I've been experiencing that is a hack to help you grow so much faster. It's going to help you hit your goals so much faster. It's going to help you get to where you want to be at so much faster. So before I share that, I talk about this time of year in Salt Lake City. We have 2 weeks left before the Ignite 24 Team Builder Summit. We still have a few tickets available. If you want to be a part of this unique, one-of-a-kind mastermind that we're doing for any agent at any level, any skill set that wants to start a team, build some sort of business, build leverage for yourself, start to buy back your own freedom, then you need to be at Ignite. This 48 hours that you're going to spend in this room with these people, with some of the biggest and best and brightest team leaders in the entire country, will change your entire career and entire life. So get your ass to Salt Lake City, if at all possible. IgniteSLC.com to get your tickets. And then before I jump into the bulk of the girth of the conversation, before I jump into the girth of what this podcast is about today, I'm about to do something that I've been working on that honestly it's the culmination of my 14 years in real estate, especially the last 4 to 6 years. I've gone through such a transition in what my business looks like. And so many of you know that, I started out as a solo agent. Actually, I started out on a team, which was, I guess you could call it a team. We had a 50-50 commission split. There wasn't a whole lot. I mean, I don't want to disparage them. Like they were great mentors. They helped me out a lot. It just wasn't that high-powered traditional sales team that you see today, with 10, 15, 40 agents. It wasn't that, but they helped me out for the first 2 years. Then I went solo, and then I was just selling houses myself. But eventually I got to the point where my wife texted me that my son took his first steps and that he took his first words, like separate occasions. And I was out showing houses during both of those occasions. And so it hurt that I couldn't have been there. And so I just put the intention out there that I need some sort of exit strategy, or I need some sort of like expiration date to how long I'm going to be doing that. Like how long I'm going to be wearing all the hats in my business. That I needed an expiration date. Like, when could I stop showing all the houses myself? When could I stop writing all the offers myself? When could I have some sort of leverage to make more money and spend less time so that I had more freedom? And so it's been this long journey, right? Long story short, this long journey in my career. My business structure looks very different now than it did then, luckily. But I've learned so many things that, I'll just cut right to it. On Wednesday, October 2nd at noon Mountain Time, I'm going to be sharing and breaking down and walking you through the entire, what I call the freedom blueprint. What I've built, or a version of what I built, because you may not want to structure your business the way that I have, right? There's so many different options available, but you need to start making some steps now. There's certain steps that you can take. There's certain tweaks you can make within your business. There's certain, there's just things that you're skipping over, that you're jumping right over, that are like, they're laying right down next to you, but you're not picking them up, that would help you build leverage and start to buy your time back and help you literally make a ton more money and work less. And I have the blueprint. It took me 14 years of trial and error to figure this out. It took me many years of networking with some of the best team builders in the country, some of the best business owners in real estate and outside of real estate. And I finally put it all together, and I want to share it with you for free. So I'm going to break this down for you on Wednesday, October 2nd. Go to massiveagentwebinar.com to grab yourself a free spot for this free training. All you have to do is promise me that first off, you'll register massiveagentwebinar.com and show up with an open mind. Show up ready to take notes, show up with an open mind that maybe there's been something you've missed. Maybe there's a different way of doing things than you were taught. Maybe there is just a better way than the current way you're doing it. So if you're like beating your head against the wall and you're like, I'm working so hard, I was told this is the way to do it, but it's not working for me, it doesn't feel right. If something seems off, it's because you're just missing a couple things. I have those things, and I'm going to share exactly what they are and what you're missing to the Freedom Blueprint on October 2nd. Go to massiveagentwebinar.com and grab yourself a free spot, and then show up with an open mind, because I'm going to blow your freaking mind. I believe that this is the most important piece of content, right? This training that I'm doing on October 2nd, I believe it is the most important piece of content, right? The most important training, talk, whatever, that I've ever done in my entire career, because I believe it has the potential to positively impact in a major, major, major way more people than ever. So if you are burned out, if you're struggling, if you're like, you don't know how much more you can take of the way you're doing things, and you know that there's something bigger and better, but you just don't know how the hell to get there, this is what you've been praying for. MassiveAgentWebinar.com. This is the most important, most impactful thing I've ever done in my career, and I would appreciate it if you would spend an hour with me so I can break this down for you. I promise to deliver, and I believe you will walk away with your life completely changed, because you can finally see the path forward, and you finally know exactly which steps to take, and you finally have the blueprint to do what you want to do. I'll see you there October 2nd, massiveagentwebinar.com. Grab a spot while you can. Let's jump into the girth of the podcast today. That's just such a funny word. I don't know why it is. Actually, I do. We all know why that's a funny word. I'm just a child. I'm a 41-year-old child, but here we are. So this hack, you want to start hitting your goals a hell of a lot faster, right? What I'm about to share with you, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, and I mean, the answer is, I'm kind of giving you the answer here, but I will explain. It's uncomfortable. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be stressful. However, I believe it is the fastest way to condense time and get yourself from point A to point F as quickly as possible. And it's going to be a little messy. So here's what I mean. What most people do is they just take linear steps, right? Okay, well, I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to do this next step, and then I'm going to do this next step. And pretty soon, like, you've taken 10 years to do something that other people are doing in 6 months. You're taking 10 years to do something that some people do in 10 days, literally. And it's because you have no urgency, and it's because you've given yourself way too damn much time. Like, it's weird how that works. I'm planning for a little vacation with the family. We're going to Jackson Hole this next weekend, because it's our favorite place on earth that we've been to anyways. So we're going to Jackson Hole. And when you're preparing to, go out of the office or to go on vacation, and, rather than having, a full work week, maybe you only have 2 days out of the 5 or 6. And weird how it works that in that 2 days, you seem to get all the shit done that you need to in the 2 days. Well, normally it takes you 6 days. Why is that? Urgency. So what I've learned, not even intentionally, is that by biting off more than you can chew, by putting a ton of stuff on your plate to where now you have to perform, you have to take action, you have to be efficient with your time. You can't waste time all day scrolling TikTok. You have to actually do shit. You have to stay focused, or else stuff blows up. amazing growth happens in a short period of time. So lately I've bitten off way more than I can chew. It started, so this Ignite event that we're doing in Salt Lake, never done an event this size, never done a 2-day event, never had speakers flying in from outside the area. There's so I'm learning a lot of things, right? I'm learning how to do an event. I'm learning what not to do. I'm learning what I should do next time. I'm learning what works, what doesn't, all of it, right? I'm learning how to manage my time because I'm juggling so many different things and wearing all the hats for that event while building out the new Massive Agent Society program and the 12-week business accelerator, like literally all at the same time, like right now. And then we decided to go to Jackson Hole and and head up there for 3 or 4 days. Then I'm doing this training on October 2nd, the Freedom Blueprint training, and a bunch of other stuff that I'm in my personal life. Like I'm on a very strict, by choice, strict nutrition plan where I'm tracking all my food, very strict workout plan. There's supplementation, there's peptides involved, there's doing a lot of stuff for myself and my health, my fitness, all of it, all at the same time. I'm thinking about taking Krav Maga or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and we're going to get the kids in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and like we're doing so much stuff. And what's crazy is I'm so excited about all of it, despite it stressing the hell out of me. Because what I'm noticing when I take a moment to just sit in it, even though I'm completely overwhelmed and I'm like, I have 47 things to do in the next hour and a half, what the fuck? Like something's got to give. If I just take a step back, I'm like, holy shit, I'm being so focused today, being so efficient. Look at me just crush everything that I need to do. Obviously I'm capable of this. So like I'm gaining confidence. I'm getting a ton done in a short period of time. And I'm learning. Have you ever heard that phrase that if you ever want something done, give it to a busy person? People who are busy, they just know how to get shit done. Like I'm living that right now. So by taking on the Ignite event and rebuilding the Massive Agent Society from scratch and doing this training for you guys, the Freedom Blueprint, and all this stuff going on in my personal life, and our, we're still doing our weekly date nights. My wife and I, we play golf on Fridays together. We go on a date night Friday or Saturday night every week, and there's just all this stuff we're committed to. It's a lot. It's a ton. But when I look back at all the periods of my life where the most progress was made and where I hit my goals fastest, where I achieved the things that I wanted to achieve, it was always 100% of the time, it was during these periods of extreme, extreme busyness, like just doing so much all at once, biting off more than I can chew, putting a ton of stuff on my plate. So then my back's against the wall and I must perform. I'll be honest with you. I don't enjoy this. I mean, on one hand I do, because I know what's happening. I know it's positive. I know that when I put my back against the wall, I can step up to the plate and do well with it, but it doesn't feel good. It's super stressful in the moment. But I'm also like, I'm ambitious. I want to do big shit. I want to help others do big shit. And I know I can't do that unless I'm leading by example. How am I supposed to help other people make these quantum leaps in a short period of time if I'm not doing the same damn thing myself, if I'm not willing to step up and do all this hard stuff myself? So what I'm proposing to you, like what I'm suggesting to you is stop giving yourself so much time to do shit. I mean, what if the stuff that you have planned for next year, you're like, let's bust it out in the next 30 days. You want to hire a showing agent or your first full-time assistant. And by the way, spoiler alert, if you want to build a traditional sales team, do not hire a buyer's agent first. It's the dumbest thing you could possibly do. You need a full-time assistant first, so then you can be more productive yourself. Then maybe a showing agent. Buyer's agent's like way down the road. Why not hire that showing agent or that full-time assistant in the next 2 weeks? Like, why are you waiting? What if that online course that you wanted to create for buyers, or that webinar that you wanted to create for sellers, or that local event that you wanted to do for that cause that you care about? What if instead of next year, you do it this week or start planning it this week? And I know you're busy. When you're busy is the best time to take another bite, because it just primes you for super fast growth and efficiency and focus. Because once you start doing all this stuff and you're stressed out, but you're like, I don't have a choice but to do it, all of a sudden it gets done. All of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I just did all of that stuff that I had planned for the entire next 12 to 16 months. I just did it in 30 days. So look at the stuff that you keep putting off. Maybe it's something as simple as your CRM is not sufficient. You need to get a new CRM. You're switching to Lofty or Follow Up Boss or High Level or something like that. And rather than like, well, I'll do that, after the holidays. Well, what if you just did it this week? What if you just worked another hour or two here or there and just knocked it out of the park, and then became so much more efficient in your business because of that change? You see what I mean? Like we put off stuff that's so beneficial to our business and our growth, but we keep putting it off and putting it off because we're busy. Busy is never the goal. If you think the goal is just to be busy, like if you feel good at the end of the day and you're like, oh, that was a busy day, and you feel great about it, I would question your sanity. Since when is busy the goal? Productive should be, right? Accomplishing things, knocking shit out of the park, like doing stuff that actually should get done, not just busy work, not just doing a bunch of stuff that you could have had someone else do for 10 or 15 bucks an hour. You should not be proud of spending all of your time, your precious, valuable time that you'll literally never get back, spending all of that time doing shit that someone would have done for 10 or 15 bucks an hour. You're proud of that? There's different levels. You need to hold yourself accountable and realize you're so much more capable than you give yourself credit for. You are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. You're so much more capable. You're so much more efficient. And the stuff that you know will move the needle inside your business and your personal life, why not just do it now? Why not just take the bites out of it right now, put it on your plate right now? When you do, you don't have a choice but to get shit done and be efficient and to focus. And pretty soon you amaze yourself. When you do, your confidence goes through the roof. You sit up a little bit more, right? Your chest, well, I felt like Borat when I was doing that, like king of the castle. And if you're watching me on YouTube, I apologize that you had to see that. But when you accomplish big shit in a short period of time, you're just like, holy shit, I just did that. What else am I capable of? When your confidence goes up, next time you just keep doing more and more. Have you noticed that certain things used to stress you out? Certain things that used to stress you out are now, they're just like afterthoughts or like little teeny speed bumps. They're just like, whatever. Like, oh, like I know some people, they get a flat tire, for example. Look, that's stressful. It's a pain in the ass. However, they let it ruin their whole freaking week. It's like, dude, just get it towed, fix the shit, get a ride, use Uber. Like, it is what it is. Get it done. And just while you're in the waiting room, waiting for the tire to get fixed at the tire shop, be working on your phone, make your calls, do your posts, do some content, whatever. Some things are major roadblocks for some people. And those exact same things are just nothing but like a pebble in the shoe to somebody else. And it's because of growth. So dive in, attack, take giant bites, fill your plate up, fill it up more than you can handle. And you're going to become so much stronger and more capable. And the stuff that's stressing you out now won't even be a blip on your radar in the future, because you evolve, you grow, you become better, you upgrade yourself. That's the hack. Bite off more than you can chew to where you have to perform. You don't have a choice. Put something on the calendar, put a client event or a certain activity that you need to do, a certain webinar that you're going to do. Maybe it's a video that you're going to do. you're creating a new seller guide, put it on the calendar. Give yourself a deadline, not for 3 months from now. How about 3 days? How about 3 weeks from now? Right? There's an incredible power in taking on a ton of stuff because you are a lot more capable than you think. And once you take it on and handle it and you realize, holy shit, I'm capable, your confidence goes through the roof, your sales go through the roof. Everything goes through the roof when your confidence goes up because you've proven to yourself how freaking amazing you are. And I don't think that agents are told that enough. There's so much bullshit out there in the media, especially the last year, about agents being overpaid. Agents don't do anything, blah, 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 blah. Like, you read comment sections on some videos about agents, like, agents are totally worthless. The agents need to go away. They're like travel agents, blah, blah, blah. And all this crap from people who have no idea what the hell they're talking about. And they have opinions. Weird. People on the internet have opinions, right? And I just want to tell you, you are freaking powerful. You can do so much more than you give yourself credit for. Your goals are too small. Your goals are too small. Your expectations of yourself are too small. You want to know what's possible? You need someone to show you what can be done. Like, what's crazy is before I started joining masterminds and investing in coaches, I thought the world was a certain way. And then I hired coaches and went to masterminds and started to learn that there's people at levels 4, 5, 6, 10 levels above me that I didn't even know existed. And I'm like, wait, that's possible? You're telling me I can do that too? Holy shit. And pretty soon I'm jumping levels, getting closer to them because now I know what's possible. So there's levels that are absolutely within reach within a very short period of time that you don't even know exist. There's levels that exist that you don't know exist. So I'd encourage you to bite off more than you can chew. And I'd absolutely encourage you to be there at the Freedom Blueprint training that I'm doing, where I'm going to walk you through how, man, I don't know why I'm struggling to say this right now. We got into real estate. Right? Not just you. We got into real estate for freedom and money, right? Every agent I talk to, when I ask why they got into real estate, I mean, you get the occasional, I just love houses. I used to say that. I just love real estate. Cool. But if we're being honest, you want freedom, you want money. And your answer is some version of that, right? Plus you love pretty houses. Totally cool. I get it. Well, we start to take steps to get the money, realizing that we think we're going towards money, but we're sprinting the opposite direction away from freedom. And pretty soon you get so far into the business and you're wearing so many hats and you have so many tasks, so many things to do, so much stuff on your calendar on a regular basis every single day that freedom you can't even see it anymore. It's just, you're so far past it and you're just like, whatever. And you're just chasing money. Here's what I've learned by leveling up and being around people that are levels well ahead of me. There's actually a way to make a ton more money and work a ton less. In other words, to have that freedom. I believe I've cracked the code. I believe I have the blueprint for it. I believe that no matter who you are, no matter how long you've been in real estate, no matter how big your social media following is or isn't, no matter if you're tech savvy, no matter what your skill set is, your background, your age, your race, your gender, does not matter. I believe you can have massive leverage and make a ton more money than you are now and work a ton less if you follow this blueprint that I've put together. And I want to walk you through it October 2nd, totally free. All you have to do is show up with an open mind, take notes, and get ready to take some action. And when I say show up with an open mind, I mean show up understanding that there's just stuff that you don't know yet, that there are things that can be done that you just aren't aware can be done yet. And I'm going to show you some of those things, and I'm going to show you the steps to get there. And I think this is going to blow your mind. So please reserve your seat right now, massiveagentwebinar.com. And I'll see you Wednesday, October 2nd, massiveagentwebinar.com. And I want to give a shout out and thanks to some partners of ours, partners of the pod, partners of the pod, Keeping Current Matters. there's very few products, services, vendors that I talk about on this podcast. I've only had a few sponsors, like a handful of sponsors ever in the 6.5 years I've been doing the show. But Keeping Current Matters is an incredible partner because for a few bucks a month, you get a team of housing experts and interest rate experts and economists telling you everything you need to know. And they just give it to you in an email. They just give it to you in an update, and they create graphics for you. And then you share it with your clients and you post it on social. And now you're a subject matter expert. You're the leader. You're the advisor. You're the guy that people look to. Just because you have them, it's like if you were speaking maybe at a debate, you're on stage at a debate and you have an earpiece and someone's chirping in your ear, giving you the answers. That's what Keeping Current Matters is. You can go to trykcm.com/BAM right now and give them a shot and see why pretty much all the top producers in the industry, the ones in your market and outside your market that you look up to, they're already using KCM. Find out why. trykcm.com/BAM. And over at nowbam.com, the BAMX community is something you need to look at. Not only do they give you a bunch of copy and paste, customizable content, emails and posts and videos, but the collaboration, the classes, the online courses, there's few things in the industry that are a better value than BAMX. And to save you even more money, as if it's not already a great value, when you join BAMX, use code MASSIVE at checkout and save yourself some money. Make sure you go over to nowbam.com and check out BAMX. And if you're in Vegas in, mid-October, check out BAM Mania as well. They do incredible live events, and they have a big one coming up mid-October. It's like the week after my Ignite event in Salt Lake. So BAM's incredible. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you at my Freedom Blueprint walkthrough, my Freedom Blueprint training on October 2nd. Get your spot at massiveagentwebinar.com. Thank you for listening. And if you found value in this podcast, please share it with another agent, share it with a team member, a partner, share it with your broker, share it with some other agents you're connected with in a Facebook group or whatever. And I believe that agents need a lifeline now more than ever. And they absolutely need to hear the message today more than ever, because agents are just massively underappreciated. And I think you are underappreciating yourself, and it's time to stop. It's time to recognize just how freaking powerful you are. I see it in you. Let's go to build something big together. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.